So this is a book. It's called Lost Connections. It came out about 7 years ago, and that's all I'll say about that. I want to talk about 3 connections that inspired me. The first connection, I walk an hour a day now for 4 years. So the first connection was in Deer Creek Park. I don't know if anybody knows about that. Yep. It's right off Hanley Road. And I've been walking there maybe 10 years. But it's lately gone up. There's a shopping center around there. Some developer put like a facelift on some of the stores. Redid them a little bit and brought in a Planet Fitness or something that was very successful. And then, so that was one thing, and then there's a couple shelters that they maintain very well, and they're always filled up, especially on the weekends, birthday parties and balloons and music, and so it has revenue coming in. But not yesterday, it was like 10 days ago, I was walking there and I saw these men. They were like, and I've seen them before, but I never talked to them. They were like in their 30s, maybe early 40s, and I decided to, they all had coffee cups and they had American flag right there in the shelter, and they were talking. And then a couple of them were going to their car, so I followed them and I said, so what? Is this some kind of group? What kind of group is this? He said it's called the 3 F's. Faith, fellowship, and fitness. And I said, wow. I said, how often do you meet? He said, every 3 days a week at 6 a.m. And the shelters have lights all night. So that means in the dark, they're winter, they're coming in the dark because they have the shelter. So I've seen them, and that inspired me. That inspired me. And so a couple of them had like big golden retrievers that weren't barking, they were just following them. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2 was Richmond Heights Aquatic Center. Okay, I go to there. I go like 12 years now. Okay, so usually lifeguards are teenagers. They're like 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, well, I'm in the jacuzzi and I'm looking at, the lifeguard stand is kind of close, and one lifeguard, he was probably 17 or so, or 16, he came in and I smelled something on him, something that gets you high. And he immediately started talking to another female lifeguard when somebody should have been watching the kids or in the pool. Okay, actually after that event, I never saw him again. But 2 months later, they hired a 67-year-old lifeguard. His name is Andy, and he's totally made a big difference because he greets everybody when they come in. Now he's 70, okay? He greets everybody when they come in. He says something encouraging when they leave. If the other lifeguards don't want to put the chemicals, he'll do it. I watch, kind of. I kind of know the atmosphere. And also one time, they usually clean the saunas at Thursday at 1 to 2. So they didn't do it. And I said, are you late with the saunas? He said, no, I stayed late last night till 10:30. I cleaned everything. And so I know he gets off at 4. So he's totally rejuvenated the whole place. And I'm so amazed at the atmosphere there. Number 3, okay, is this, I'm just going to read this article here. And if you can see the picture later if you want. In Portland, Oregon, there's a small coffee shop called Cozy Bean. During the day, it's what you expect. People stopping in for a hot drink, soft music, the usual warmth of a neighborhood cafe. But something unexpected happens after closing time. Once the customers leave and the lights are turned off, the owner turns them back on, but not for business. He opens the doors again, this time for a different kind of guest, street dogs. Since 2018, Cozy Bean has quietly offered shelter to stray dogs in the area. There's no advertising, no big signs, no post asking for attention. It's just something the owner does every single night. Inside, he sets out old blankets, cushions, and bowls of clean water. The dogs come in from the cold, some limping, some soaked from the rain, and they find a place to rest. And I know that area has a lot of rain. They aren't locked in or forced to stay. They just know they're welcome and they settle in like they belong there. Some of them are regulars, others come and go. But every night they have somewhere safe to sleep, a break from the noise and the danger of the street. The owner doesn't do interviews. He doesn't expect anything in return. He just makes space for those that have none. It's a simple act, opening a door, turning on a light, offering a little comfort, but it shows a level of compassion that's hard to find in the world today. This isn't about saving the world. It's about doing what you can right where you are, and that, in its quiet way, is something extraordinary. I like that because, I really like that, because he could have, people could have complained. Maybe who knows, there might have been some flea or something. People could have complained, but he felt in his own heart some compassion, and he just acted on it. So, and also the Richmond Heights too, the aquatic center. Maybe people would complain, or people would feel funny. The lifeguard is so old, but he was following his inspiration. So anyway, these three instances really inspired me, because they really inspired me, because somebody was making a connection to inspire others. Thank you.